A lot of people who are like retiring in their 50s and 60s because of longevity and how the medical stuff's going, you're not actually retiring in your 60s. You're just changing careers into something new. So there's a whole lot of people who are in that 60-year range who are like, okay, well, I'm done being a pilot, or I'm done being a realtor, and now I want to do something new, and they're moving into travel. It's like, I want to be a travel agent.
Lindsay Perlman said it best. He had a big theme around evolution. We had 20 people from your company come, but people who are not evolving as travel advisors, they're not into the trends, they're not having the conversations, they're not researching, they're not using AI as a business tool, are probably going to fall behind and become extinct. Kyle.
Well, hi.
Hi. Here we are again.
Aren't we now?
Where are we? We're at the Burn Your Kids' Inheritance podcast.
Are you happy that I try to coordinate my outfit with yours?
Well, you're still wearing party pants.
Yeah.
And you know how I feel about those pants.
These are great pants.
I'm actually
once again Valiant.
Oh.
Plug
I'm
for
actually
Valiant
so
pants.
bored of talking about your pants.
Yeah. Well, also I'm wearing the white Louis Vuitton belt, which apparently our fashion guru Ludo doesn't really think I should wear a white belt. It's like I'm trying too hard, apparently. White belts mean you try too hard.
Well, actually,
I don't know what that means.
Well, just like screaming in luxury symbols means you're trying too hard, because like the new luxury is
subtle.
not seeing the luxury logo.
It's subtle.
But
whatever.
anyhow. Okay, so we just got back from California.
We did.
And we froze our asses off in California.
It was weird because we were from Vancouver, which you would think, oh, Vancouver's got to be much colder than San Diego, and it was the other way around.
Newport Beach.
Vancouver was like 80 degrees or 25 Celsius, and San Diego was like 70 degrees.
They had a cold snap.
Yeah, they had a cold snap. We had a warm snap. So
yeah, Newport Beach was chilly.
Yep.
So we've been actually golfing a lot since we've been back.
Yep.
And you came golfing yesterday. You crashed the Vancouver Club's girl
First
gang.
of all, I guess
I
right off the
invited
top,
you
listen,
as a spare.
lady, you and I arranged to go golfing yesterday way in advance, and then all of a sudden you were like, oh, well, it's all filled up with all my girls from the club. I'm like, well, where's my spot? I had reserved a spot for this, and you had to like squeeze me in as though we hadn't already pre-planned it.
Well, that's the story you were told, but that's not exactly what I had going on behind the scenes. So we started a little girls group of golfers at the Vancouver Club. And what happened was it's taken off more than I thought, and we filled all the spots, and then people were canceling, so I actually like confirmed your spot to you. And then somebody wanted to come back in.
But you didn't hold my spot.
Well, the girls were like kind of like they're fighting back
about you. You know how to take the
reservation,
reservation, but not keep the reservation.
Well, I wasn't keeping your reservation
Seinfeld.
because I had a little pushback from the girls. But that's fine. So you got out there, the girls accepted you. Yeah. You joined me on the tee. They accepted you as someone to be approved to golf with us. But the scariest thing that happened was you were giving out golf tips.
I saw that in our foursome that one of the players was a little bit newer to the game.
Newer than you?
And the other two of you were just watching her fumble, and I'm like, well, maybe I'll give her a tip. Okay, she on a par 3, she used a driver. None of you stopped her. She's like, oh, go ahead and use your driver, and she smacked it off into the whatever. And I said, okay, here, let's try. Why don't you try it again? But this time use the 7-iron or whatever. And
I just let you go. You're missing a key fact that the etiquette of golf is to not give out golf tips.
I asked her for permission first. I said, do you mind if I give you a tip for this?
What's she going to say to you? You're a guy. You're acting like a bully in my girls' golf
game. I asked if she minded. I was so polite.
Golf bully.
Oh my gosh, lady. Whatever.
So that was probably your first and last invite to the girls group, but...
It wasn't a girls group. It was you and me going golfing. Then you added the girls group.
Well, there was 9 girls and you.
Yeah, but,
joke's on you, Kyle.
Whatever. Carry on.
Anyways,
next
topic.
topic.
I thought that was kind of funny. So the other thing I've noticed is that there's like Disney music playing through our windows all of a sudden.
When you wish upon. So yeah, we live in a building, the Fairmont Pacific Rim, right next door to the cruise ship terminal. So every time a Disney cruise ship comes in or takes off,
seems like they're leaving every day.
It's big honking horn smokestack plays Disney songs.
Cruise ship season has started. Yeah, 3 ships a day sitting there in the dock.
Yeah.
What have we seen? Holland America, Celebrity,
Princess, Norwegian, Disney, Virgin.
Yeah, I like
Seabourn,
the Disney.
Silver Sea.
Yeah. So that's the thing. So now we've noticed also. We took a little stroll down there. We've noticed it's very busy down in Vancouver with the cruise ships.
Here's the cool. Well, I don't know if it's a cool thing, but it's hilarious because in the evenings, now down right by Canada Place there, and we're 36 floors up, but you can hear down there what's going on still. And there is a guy who was singing these I don't know what you call them, like contemporary love songs, like like
Ballads.
ballads, like yeah, like pop music ballads. And
Yeah, I heard that
and
guy.
you're
Crazy.
imagining this I don't know, you're imagining some ballad singer. Imagine like John Bon Jovi down there singing these songs with his
Michael
guitar.
Bolton.
Michael Bolton, well, whatever. Um, but it's funny because it was actually this little hefty guy just sitting down there, and he just looked. It was like the voice didn't match the look, but not that's any problem with that. But it was just very
Okay, so
hilarious.
basically now
And
we
he
have.
serenades us every evening
I don't.
because we hear him down
I
there
don't
every
find it
evening.
charming at all. Basically, there's a resident crazy person singing at like full. I don't know what thing he's
He's
got.
got a guitar and
He's
an
belting.
amplifier.
It's a pretty big amplifier.
Yeah,
Like
it's pretty
it's
loud.
like full tilt. I'm
Yeah,
not a fan.
you can
I don't
hear
like
it
it at all.
for blocks.
Can you like make him stop?
No, I can't make him stop.
You should make him stop. Call
That's
the
his
police.
that's his deal. It's his
Maybe you should
gig.
call 911.
He's trying to make his way in life.
All right. So what were we doing in Newport Beach?
Okay, so we were on a conference for travel again,
Mm-hmm.
luxury, and so there was a luxury leaders alliance, which is a group that we're a part of. We got invited to go to a FAM, or a
We got invited.
familiarization.
I actually got myself.
Yes,
I weaseled my way
a
into your
familiarization
trip to
of
Newport.
a tour from Visit Newport Beach, their
Oh yeah.
tourism board. And
Olivia
so
Bennett.
Olivia Bennett.
She's very good.
Olivia was great.
Loved her.
And so they brought us down to experience 2 days
Mm-hmm.
and 3 nights or whatever in Newport Beach,
Mm-hmm.
California, and which is kind of a southern part of LA,
Mm-hmm.
greater LA, that area, Orange County, and it was awesome. So we went, and what do? We first of all we stayed at the VEA,
Mm-hmm.
VEA Newport Beach, which was beautiful.
They spoiled us rotten.
Spoiled us rotten.
We got lots of goodies, and you got manjamas. Like
Yeah.
you started once you got those
They
pajamas
gave us
on.
they gave us pajamas. Yeah.
I know you got those pajamas on, and you would not take those pajamas off, and you looked a little bit like Hugh Hefner. Kind of cute, but I
Yeah,
don't
like
know.
usually if you
those
get
manjamas worked on you.
pajamas at a fancy hotel, it's like, okay, these are nice. It's like getting the bathrobe, you wear it and then you leave. But these ones were gifts
Yeah.
that we got to keep. And these ones, like, yeah, I look like freaking Hugh Hefner walking around in these black and white pajamas. They're really
You
cool.
didn't take those off
They're
for
my
the whole
new
rest of the
favorite
trip.
jammies. I love them.
And we got monogram pillows.
Yeah, they monogram. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
It was pretty
Who
awesome.
monograms your pillowcases for you? So
Yeah.
it's like, well, take these pillowcases with you when you leave. Although I think we forgot, which is horrible. 'Cause
That's true.
It was kind of cool.
I did love the VEA Hotel. There's a very beautiful Instagrammable pool out there.
Yeah, they have
where-
an iconic bar with this huge TV screen on the
Yeah,
ceiling.
it almost looks like a fishbowl or
outdoors.
something. It's like pretty cool.
It's like a giant gazebo, but instead of
Pretty nice.
the ceiling of the gazebo is one giant screen of fish.
So then they toured us around in Newport Beach, and we went to the Balboa Bay Resort. We did a sip and sail cruise around around Newport there. That was pretty nice.
Yeah.
We saw lots of animals
Pelicans, you like pelicans?
and those sea lions.
Sea lions. Yeah, we saw a sea lion eating a big like a halibut or a flounder, and it was just chomping away at it. It was kind of disgusting, but that was nature, babe.
That was something. Then we went to the Pendry. It's a former Four Seasons property.
Pendry Hotel, which is really, really cool. And I've been there before for another conference a couple years ago.
And it really kind of had me really understand the difference it feels like in Canada versus social clubs and business clubs. Like in Canada, we have some of our business clubs in the major cities, but they had the Elwood Club, which is like a super elite social club.
A neat, interesting little club
pretty neat.
within the Pendry Hotel.
Yeah,
Like it's
I don't quite understand how that all works, but
it's very cool.
it's pretty elite. It looked like
And they had
something
this
nice.
really cool kids place that I want to hang out in all day.
Oh, of course. You just want to sit there and color with the toddlers.
That'd be fun. That's my idea of a good day, hanging out with kids.
Yeah, well, maybe you should just be a professional babysitter. Just quit your gig.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Kids and dogs.
I'm not babysitting anything.
Again, kids
Or-
and dogs
or
are
you.
much more good company than grown adults with complaints. Like all the complaints I have about you and vice versa.
Okay, the Pelican Hill Resort. That really stood out to me. 2 golf
Pelican Bay?
courses. Yes.
Pelican Bay. Yeah.
I think it's Pelican Hill.
It's a Pelican something. I think it's Pelican Bay.
Well,
It was so cool. Yeah, it has the world's largest circular pool. If that's
it had 2
of
golf
interest to you.
courses.
2
And we-
golf courses.
And we met Person Garcia, who really stands out to us. I love that guy.
He's a legend in the business.
He's apparently a legend.
This is a person whose name is Person.
His name's Person. Hey, Person.
Person Garcia.
Okay.
Very
but
cool guy.
Okay, out of anybody we met down in California, he stands out. Like he has the energy of a 5-year-old. He whisked us around the golf cart and like literally showed us the
Almost
coolest
as much
things.
energy as you.
Yeah, I don't know. He's pretty cool. Yeah. The thing about him that I noticed for me is that when we've visited other American properties, people are just kind of doing their jobs. But he stands out more. Like I'd put him in league with like a top concierge of Italian or European brand. Like he's really special.
Good, and everybody there likes him.
Yeah.
Everybody waves
He knows
hi and
everybody.
happy to see him. So that was really cool. So we had a nice Newport Beach tour. The VEA is right next door to Fashion Island,
We
which is
went
this
to Fashion
big,
Island.
it's not really an island, but it is a big circle
It's called
of,
Fashion Island.
it's called Fashion
It's a
Island,
shopping mall.
and it's a shopping center of
Actually, it's a whole area.
luxury brands and all
Yeah.
that. So we did like a luxury shopping tour with a professional
We went
shopping
to the
thing.
Polo store,
Polo, well,
or is
yeah.
it the Ralph Lauren
Ralph
store?
Lauren. So again, Ralph Lauren, purple label, the
I
good
think there's
stuff.
purple and
The
black.
good stuff is the purple label,
Yeah,
and then there's the Polo, which is
that
the
bears making
more
a
generic
comeback
stuff.
for sure. Like that's definitely back on trend. I think they just reopened that store there.
A lot of Ralph Lauren bears.
I want that
roaming
bear.
around.
So I saw this
I
crazy.
got the sweater for Christmas.
You did get one, but that's just that's just one I got at Holt Renfrew. That's like $500. But I saw they had a little girl bear, Polo Ralph Lauren girl bear sweater, where she was wearing diamond earrings and a Hermes Birkin, and that was like $3,500.
Ralph Lauren bear wearing an Hermes.
Yeah, it's a thing. Maybe they're gonna do a collab, but like
got to be some kind of collab.
I want that sweater. Should we like burn through some cash and get me that sweater?
No, maybe we should not. Put it on your Christmas list. We'll see what happens.
Christmas list. Yeah. Like today, I can just run out and buy it. Should I?
Your wish list.
Start. God. Okay. The coolest store. The neatest thing that they did though, they took us to the Jay Pritchard store.
Yeah.
So that is a pickleball luxury brand store.
Jay Pritchard invented pickleball.
They did. That's a family that founded pickleball, and they set up this really cool leisure brand, and it's like preppy.
Yeah.
But it's not super expensive. It's cheaper than Lululemon as far as pricing.
And we learned where pickleball came from. People thought it came from the name of their dog Pickles, but actually
there's a lot of rumors.
It came from these pickle boats in the marina there, and I can't remember the rest of the story.
Well, the store is really set up well. Like the merchandising of the store tells the story of pickleball and the start of pickleball, and it's just a beautifully merchandised store. Definitely a destination they set up for me because I said I love pickleball, so they found that and they did that special trip for me. So I felt pretty special when I walked in there.
Actually,
and we bought some stuff. You made me buy some stuff.
Yeah, I can never make you buy stuff.
And then I made you buy a matching something.
I got a nice pickleball shirt.
You did get a pickleball shirt. Well, I like my dress. I got a nice red dress and a matching visor. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yep.
I also think that we enjoyed scouring all of the malls for Robert Graham in California. I did not find any.
I've got beef with you, California, state of California. We went, so I Googled online because I didn't want to pack heavy because I thought I would buy a couple of nice party fun shirts for this trip, which ended up in San Diego. From the Robert Graham store. So I Googled it. There's a Robert Graham store there in Fashion Island. There's a Robert Graham store in San Diego. So in a few different places that we were looking, there's a Robert Graham store. And I get down there, lo and behold, oh, that store closed last year. Oh, that store closed last month. I'm like, what's going on, Robert Graham stores in California?
Sign of the times, Kyle. What do you think's going on? Everybody's dressing like they're going to Italy. They're wearing 11T.
This is a Robert Graham shirt. Look at this shirt.
And they are not wearing
a better shirt on the planet.
Well, you know what? Etro has some nice shirts.
No, not even close. This is the stuff. Robert Graham, come on back. I know you can buy them online. You can go get them in Vegas. I know you can go and get them in Kelowna. Lots of places. But SoCal, what's the deal? Like 3 or 4 Robert Graham stores closed that I was planning to go to. Dang it.
All right. After we wrapped up that familiarity trip of Newport Beach, we headed to San Diego.
Chula Vista.
And we stayed at the
Gaylord Pacific.
Yes. That is just like a huge mega
conference
resort.
7 Gaylord resorts in the United States. They're all kind of designed for large conventions. So the convention we were at, like 3,000 or so people. And so I think we've been to 5 out of the 7 now. So there's Nashville, there's National Harbor, which is like across from Washington, D.C. There's Denver, there's this Gaylord Pacific.
This one's remodeled. It just opened again, didn't it?
No, it's brand new. This is the newest one.
Oh, it's brand new.
There's one in Texas we haven't done yet, and then the one in Orlando, which I'm not sure if we did or not yet. Anyways.
So we started off our trip there. So it's like a pre-Edge luxury forum for the Luxury Leaders Alliance, and I got in on that. And there was like hundreds of agents there. The top tier of luxury
This is the top tier again. The top 1% of travel agents are allowed to come to this special thing. You have to be the elite of the elite. So it was cool. We got in, and we also had a couple of our agents at KVI able to came with us.
What did you learn, Kyle? Did you learn anything new?
Yeah, there's a lot of new stuff. well, at this, and then at the Edge conference that followed, which was
Mm-hmm.
the big group of all the agents, the largest consortium in the world.
Mm-hmm.
There's some key takeaways this year, which are really interesting. We had our keynote speaker was spoke on longevity, and how, for example, and this is really interesting. If you're 5 years old today, you have at least now a 50% chance of living to 100, according to the research. Um, and they're saying that it is, it's genetically possible, and it's becoming more likely that people are going to be hitting that 120,
That's if you
130,
don't eat
140 year
McDonald's
old.
breakfast every day
I, I,
and processed foods
I
like
disagree.
Coke Zero
Listen, lady,
and
let's stay
Twix
on topic here.
bars,
I again, I
chemicals.
supplement with nutrition shakes and things like that.
Okay.
I eat fairly good for a man of my
I don't think our
self.
house is set up as a blue zone. Like, I don't think if people came and looked in the cupboards, they'd be like, "This is a blue
You
zone.
know what?
These people are
Being
gonna
with
take
you,
it."
I keep reminding myself I've lived long enough. I can go at any time. I'll be fine.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, I love the luxury forum.
Okay. Yeah. And
I got a lot out of it.
yeah.
It was fun for me being a newer travel agent. I met some of the top level colleagues that we have working at KVI, and the biggest thing I got out of it was ideas that they were also working on, and it just validated that I'm on the right track, trying to brainwash you into the right things to do with your company.
A big chunk of this luxury forum is that you do like basically speed dating with luxury suppliers. So you have 15 minutes with the Four Seasons in Singapore, you have 15 minutes with the the Korea Tourism Board, or the Pasalacqua Resort in Lake Como, and you just have these little speed dates where you get to know each other and kind of propose business, and and then share with the team. So that's what it was like. It was fun.
And then we started off Edge with your big party. Kyle had a party.
So yeah, every year.
Kyle's a big deal.
I'm kind of a big no.
Well, you think you're a big deal.
Every year we host what is kind of like the Oscars after party sort of thing, where we have our own special party that's sponsored by a few of the the cruise lines, the top end luxury partners.
It's actually a really cool idea. I don't understand why none of the other agency owners are
Because
doing it. How did
I
you
got
figure
there
it
first
out?
like 12 years ago, and
So
I'm like, I'm going to do this. And
where's
there's
some of
this
your
one time
friends?
slot right the night
Mr.
before.
Fleming.
Well,
He's not doing it.
because he comes to my party. They all come to my party.
I know I did meet that gentleman.
They all come, so it's good.
I know who he
So
was.
a lot of the big wigs come, blah 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 blah, and it's a nice little party. And
It was pretty
my
fun.
so my team that's there, I had 20 agents there this year, which is small. Last
You
year
were,
we had
you were
like
giving
30.
out free drinks and things and foods.
Yeah, well, yeah, we
didn't dance
our
though, Kyle.
sponsors pay for it.
I think people are just waiting to see your like much music dance moves, and they
Nobody's
did not
waiting
come
to
out.
see that. Nobody
Well,
needs
they
to
are
see that.
waiting because I've told them all.
I will not grace the world with that without being very well paid.
So I was actually impressed with you at Edge because there's a lot of agency owners there, but you were involved in a big way in a lot of things. Like you were actually on a few panels that I managed to film.
Yeah.
And what were you talking about up there? I can't
I've
remember.
been doing this for many years, and I'm kind of getting old, long in the tooth, and people want
A little long.
People want to hear my wisdom from over the years.
Yeah. And what was your
be it as
wisdom?
what it
I'm
is.
still waiting to hear what the wisdom was because I don't actually remember.
Okay, well, one was a class that I was part of a panel, and we were talking to other agency owners. Came to this class to learn about how to turn education into profit and blah blah blah. So teaching your agents and training and blah blah blah, and how it.
And what was your philosophy? Like, what was the key thing that you were trying to say that you got across at
It
Edge?
was kind of boring. We're not going to do a lecture right now. It was. It
Well, I'm
was
trying
just.
to remember. Like, what was that
It
nugget
was
of
just
wisdom?
good stuff. It was.
Did I stump you?
I don't know.
Did I
You
stump
stumped
the
me. I don't
expert?
remember. I had
I
a
don't
whole
remember
list of
either.
notes. It was a good
Okay.
thing. People afterwards, the feedback said that was the most important class I went to, or my favorite class of
key.
the entire conference. And so we were getting some good feedback
That's good.
because like I'm up there going like I'm not. You guys are here. You come from all over North America, some even further, to sit through this class. And so it's like, well, how am I going to make it worth it? If you're an owner of an agency, I like to share what I've learned, and so that they can learn it too. So yeah.
All right.
It's a really nice career to be in, where your competitors are not really your enemies. They're
you guys
they're
are all very
colleagues.
friendly
They're
with each
friends.
other.
We're very
It's
friendly.
actually nice to
This
see.
is a big 3,000 of my closest friends basically there.
So, what was your key takeaways from Edge this year?
Again,
19 years in. You thought it was funny, but it's
I
only
give
been
a key
19.
takeaway every year, but this year a
And
lot
of
of it.
Edge.
So there's a shift right now. There's a couple of key takeaways. One was this new niche of the transfer of wealth. So older generations are passing money down to younger generations. That money that younger generations are getting, they're experiential. They like to spend, and experience rather than owning possessions. They like to have experiences, and so it's a wonderful time to be in the industry because for the next 20, 30 years, as this money gets passed down, it's going to people who want to experience travel a
Mm-hmm.
lot. And so it's a good opportunity for us. But that we kind of already knew that going in, so that
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a new, it was just reinforced. Um, the new niche that's becoming very popular, it's been around for a while, but it's becoming very popular now is spa and wellness travel.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but now the big thing in wellness travel isn't just going to a spa and being pampered, it's actually longevity, uh,
Biohacking,
biohacking,
wellness.
basically, dipping yourself in, uh, what do you call it, stem cells or whatever, like just how to stay young
What's your
and
take
that
on
sort of
it?
thing.
The wellness. Just
And the
dip
other thing
yourself in a
too
few
was
stem
that
cells.
we're seeing that a lot of people who are like retiring in their 50s and 60s, it's like, well, now because of longevity and how the medical stuff's going, you're not actually retiring in your 60s, you're just changing careers into something new. So there's a whole lot of
Mm-hmm.
people who are in that 60-year range who are like, okay, well, I'm done being a pilot, or I'm done being a realtor, and now I want to do something new, and they're
Mm-hmm.
moving into travel. It's like, I want to be a travel agent.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of influx of people who are starting a career as a travel agent in their
Mm-hmm.
50s and 60s, and obviously that's something that we're doing. We're hiring,
Mm-hmm.
and we love people who have that experience and that capability to tell stories and share their passions and also experience travel, because what's more fun than traveling the world and selling it,
Mm-hmm. It's a
as you
fun
go.
lifestyle
So
for
yeah.
sure. And you did win an award.
Yeah, well, not to brag, but we are the most award-winning agency
What was this award for?
in this entire consortium of the world's largest
The
consortium of travel
world's
agencies.
largest
Anyways,
travel leaders
so
network.
this was our 20th award.
And what was this one?
This one was interesting. So I don't know. It feels like, I mean, the awards are well earned, but they also kind of spread it around a little bit. So this year we were the influencer of the year.
What
Um,
were you influencing? Your fashion choices?
yeah, it's fashion. It's basically
It's all about your Robert
it's basically
Grahams.
just look at me and be like me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got some interesting things out of Edge.
Yeah.
Lindsay Perlman said it best, and I do
Lindsay
resonate.
Perlman, who's
Yes.
the president of Travel Leaders Network.
And he's on the pulse of it. Evolution. He had a big theme around evolution, and we had 20 people from your company come, and I think that's basically a limit. But people who are not evolving as travel advisors, they're not into the trends, they're not having the conversations, they're not researching, they're not using AI as a business tool beyond a chat engine, are probably going to fall behind and become extinct. So if you're not on top of the trends and what's happening, you're not just not doing anything, you're going to fall behind and be extinct.
Well, this is what I
basically.
said, and one of the things I said in my class
Mm-hmm.
is coming to these things where this is the forefront of the travel industry. When you go to this Edge conference, it is like, this is where Royal Caribbean announces their brand new biggest ship in the world, or Four Seasons announces some new. So they all come to this to make their big announcements. And
Mm-hmm.
so when you're at Edge, you really feel like you have your finger on the pulse of the
Mm-hmm.
beating heart of the industry, and you are able to evolve ahead of the curve.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why it's so important to me, because we want to stay ahead. We want to make sure our clients know that we're
Yeah.
right at the cutting edge of what's going on in travel, and making sure that they get the best treatment.
And you probably take it for granted because I'm a newer travel advisor, so I really understand the power of the Travel Leaders Network with all of the staff. Like, there's a large amount of female executives on the Travel Leaders Network. And Eva Marino, she is heading up the luxury alliance, and she is outstanding. Like, it's really cool to see a polished female who's leading this luxury, like the top tier of the whole advisory there, and just like the power of the organization. They have gone deep in investments with AI and just like the latest trends and training. And I was really impressed with like how powerful the organization is. Like, you probably take that for granted, but this is not some sort of like casual business that's happening there. And then Internova, JD O'Hara was actually at the event supporting all of this. And that's the parent company of the Travel Leaders Network. And I just think that people don't appreciate how much money is behind supporting the travel agents and the agencies and all the support and resources out there. So I felt that I'm part of something that's really valuable in the market, in the industry, and it's really well resourced. So I was pretty impressed.
Yeah.
I was pretty impressed. And you know these guys.
Yeah, great people.
Yeah. So what else happened at Edge? Was there anything else exciting?
No, that's it. Everything else was horrible and
It was all
sad.
horrible, and you
Always
were a
nice.
sad
Always
person.
nice. Yeah.
So when we were at the luxury forum,
Mm-hmm.
we did that 12-minute speed dating. We spent a whole day doing that, and we met with several different luxury properties, direct marketing companies,
Yeah.
and suppliers.
I
So
think
what
I
did you
had,
think
well,
of
I
that?
think we each had about 25 meetings over the
Mm-hmm.
course of a day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a long day,
Mm-hmm.
but really productive. And there's ones that were good, and there's ones that were excellent that stood out a lot.
And there's
So
a couple that weren't so good. I do remember that.
yeah, but that was the minority.
They're also memorable though.
For example, I went to the Korea Tourism Board one,
Mm-hmm.
sat down with the Korean Tourism Board, and they were so enthusiastic about, like, come to Korea, see what's new and what's happening, and why it's really an up
Mm-hmm.
and coming place to visit. And I was just really enthralled, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to come. And they're like, well, why don't you bring 5 agents with you? We'll pay for your flights, we'll pay for your hotels, we'll show you around the highlights and all that. And I'm like, well, I never even really thought about getting it for free, but it's kind of nice to be invited, and so it's like, yeah, we'll come down. So I'm going to bring a team, and we're going to go to Korea and check it out. And with the tourism board showing us all the things, and then we can take that, and it enhances our ability to sell Korean properties.
And what I have noticed, like we had a really good conversation with the Palace Resorts,
Yeah,
and they have several properties in Mexico. And I noticed that Rosalba was chatting with me about their new property opening in Punta Cana.
yeah,
And this whole idea of setting up a fam trip is a familiarity trip. So, as travel agencies and travel advisors, the properties do want to work with us and give us opportunities and incentives to bring agents down and preview the property, and the hopes that we're going to see things that we love and recommend this property or a series of properties to other clients that we come across.
Yeah.
So I feel that that's a really good strategy that I'm not sure a lot of agency owners or advisors are really following up on. I think people are actually afraid to ask. But what I've noticed, I've been asking for these familiarity trips, and the suppliers are more than willing to accommodate someone like myself as a luxury director.
Well,
and
because
yourself.
we're quite influential, and we have a large book of business, and we're like, yeah, well,
Yeah.
we can shift money this way, that way, and so they see the value. I've been looking for a really good in-country partner, or DMC, Destination Management Company. These are people who are on the ground in a specific location that can, you know recommend the best hotels, the best tours, or they not just recommend, but they arrange it. They'll have drivers, car and drivers. They'll have tour guides. They'll have properties. They'll have restaurants, activities, and they do all the work for you and arrange it so that they can help you present it on a platter to your best clients. And so I met one, for example, her name was Lisa Hollenberg, and she's with ICS Travel Group, and they represent, surprisingly, pretty much all of Asia, like including even like the stands, like Kazakhstan, and like all of Asia. Um, and she was so passionate because I just said, well, here's an example. Let me give you an example of what we might be looking for. We have these connections at the Odane Art Gallery here in Whistler, BC, and they have people who like to go on trips to see art in different parts of the world, which we've talked about previously. And I said, what could you do for a group um, activity for art enthusiasts, and where would you recommend in all of Asia? The biggest continent. Where in the biggest continent would you say you would recommend to go? And she said, I love this question. This is the best. I'm gonna take this, and we're gonna put together something that's gonna blow your mind. And like, she was so enthusiastic. It's like, well, look no further. Like, this is a person who really is passionate about taking the best possible care of our clients. And so you make these connections, and it sticks. I told my whole team, talk to Lisa for this sort of thing in the future, because she's passionate about it. She's going to make sure your people are taken good care of. So that's the kind of connection you make at these speed dating things, and I really appreciate it. So it's good for
And then
me.
you got to follow up afterwards. Like what I have noticed is that several of the companies that we met during the speed dating day, they've actually sent me emails already within the 2 weeks that we've been back to follow up and set things up. So I've noticed that they're actually, since our consortium's working directly with them, they are seemingly quite motivated to work with us, and they're following up. It's not just like you meet with them and they disappear. They have been like
Oh yeah,
following up
yeah.
with
The
me
inbox is full after we
aggressively.
get back, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, so that was
Even ones that I
quite good.
did get a chance to meet with, they're still messaging me, being like, "Sorry, I didn't see you, but here's our spiel." And so it's
So that's
good
a good
stuff.
value to us, like
Yeah.
running the agency. And
Yeah, well, I've been doing this for years and years at Luxury Forum, ILTM, which we're going to do in December again, and that's the biggest speed dating. That's 3 days worth of, 50, 70 meetings or so. And then there's DUCO, which is, they're double meetings, because every table you have two
what's
each.
DUCO? Break down what DUCO is.
DUCO is a
Is that an
specific
acronym?
speed dating. It is, and I forget what it
That's
stands
all
for.
right.
It's a specific speed for one specific country only. So it's DUCO Italy,
Okay.
DUCO France, DUCO
So
UK,
who goes
Ireland.
to DUCO? You're an agency owner. I'm a travel advisor. Can I just go to DUCO?
You have to be a luxury travel advisor who has a large book of luxury business and also has a book of business to that country and a recommendation from a supplier that says, yeah, you should come. So it's sort of it's harder to get into, but
But it's worth trying to get into.
it's so
It's
worth getting into.
aspirational
They're
for
great,
your
yeah.
average travel advisor who's selling luxury travel.
Yeah, yeah. And there's other ones. There's LE Miami and there's Pure. There's a bunch of different ones. But I like ILTM. I like DUCO. I like the LLA, the Luxury Leaders Alliance International Forum, which we just found out is going to be in Marrakesh this year. So that's going to be awesome. We go to Morocco, and they'll be probably pre and post. We'll probably get to go to see Casablanca and other areas of Morocco as well. So that's going to be fun. Anyways, they're awesome. So over the years, we've developed this good list of who do we recommend in Italy, and not just Italy, who do we recommend in Tuscany, who do we recommend in Puglia, who do we recommend in Amalfi, who do we recommend in Sicily, and so we have people, and then there's different levels too. So who's ultra lux, like super high net worth in Amalfi versus who's a regular luxury level or a premium level, and so we have a wide variety of go-to people and companies that we work with. So.
And they are vetted out through our consortium, and they are all on Agent Universe. So we do have this like really cool portal.
Yeah, so we know that if there's ever a problem, not only do we have the support of that company, but we have the support of our consortium to back it up. But things don't go wrong because they're vetted. Things only go wrong when you pick someone who's like, I've never heard of you before, and you're not pre-vetted.
So I think this actually raised an interesting point for me. I feel that back to Lindsay's sort of thought again about attending conferences and being active in these types of events. If you are a travel advisor, or if you're a person looking for a travel advisor and your travel advisor doesn't have any of these conferences on their website, on their resume, why would you want to work with them? Like they're just like any sort of agent who's just sitting there booking you a cruise. Like what is that actually doing for you? Right. Like that's just so basic.
But the other thing too with us is you might be talking to one of our agents and they might be a Europe specialist, but they've done very little in Asia. And so the client might go to them and say, well, who do you recommend for a trip to Singapore or Vietnam? And they're like, well, you know what? I'll be honest, I don't have a lot of experience there, but my team, who has over 3,000 years of combined experience in this business, I've got at least 10 people that I can go to, and they can help you find the best.
And we do actually have a really good group of active people in our agency that are going to conferences,
highly experienced,
and working together. So that's good. Kyle.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a hot girl wear purple?
Look, just because it's whatever, you just tell me. Have you seen a hot girl wear purple?
Well, I have this like thing. So before I looked into it, which I do have a sociology background and I am interested in social science quite a bit, but I used to think that it was just a color for purple women who are trying to be feminine, but they're confused. So they don't want to wear pink. And blue is too masculine, so like they were gonna wear aubergine purple, like that grape purple.
Okay, so women can
wear
wear
pink. It's just not a
pink,
hot girl color.
and women can wear red.
Yeah, it's very feminine.
But mix them. Purple is women can wear blue, but they can't wear purple.
Well, it's just not a hot girl color. But I looked into this, and there's some.
You're telling me that somewhere out there in the world right now, there's not some very beautiful woman wearing purple right now.
Of course there is.
Yeah,
but in general, so there's like a whole like social science thing around this. So I want to talk to you
all about that.
Well, because you're not going to know anything. I didn't know this existed, but I was like kind of feeling validated that there is something actually in there written about this. So there was a poem written, but it's called "The Warning" by Jenny Joseph in 1961. So it was literally one of the most reprinted poems of the 20th century, which nobody's probably ever heard of, which is quite fascinating. And it begins with, "When I am an old woman, I shall wear purple and do all the things I've been told not to do." So does this surprise you at all though? Because like you and I travel around and I've pointed out to you, purple, like I see girls or women, usually older women, wearing purple. And
so are you telling me the purple is the color of rebellious grandmas?
Somewhat.
Okay.
But the poem actually spawned a genuine social movement. And in 1998, the Red Hat Society was born, where women over 50 adopting purple and red as their uniform. It was a signal. I have stopped performing for society. So what do you think of that?
Well, isn't that the same thing as, when women decide to cut their hair short, that means they've given up?
Given up on life? I know at some points in our daily life together, you're hoping that I may become one of these women, but clearly it's not happening.
I like the long hair. It looks nice. It's all long stuff.
I mean, more about this whole purple thing. So it's like basically, I've noticed it, and this fits true to exactly what this movement's saying. Like, it's mystical, it's nonconformist. Like, dark grape purple is not a business color. Have you ever seen a business suit in purple. So it's
I
just like this
probably
whole
have, but you're
rebellion.
making me block it out. It's the same idea as this whole theory that there are no baby pigeons.
Oh, the baby
Because have you
pigeons
ever
again.
seen a baby pigeon? No. But do they exist? No,
Okay,
they don't.
they
They
do
don't exist.
exist
There are no baby
actually.
pigeons, actually.
Okay, so further to your like bizarre theory about baby pigeons, I have actually
All
looked into
pigeons are
this.
born as adult pigeons.
No, that's not true. What's happening is a pigeon is born so completely helpless as a baby that the parent pigeons are very smart and they keep them very up high in a
Baby
nest.
birds are helpless. You see geese running around with their goslings just willy-nilly falling into sewer
No.
grates and stuff. They don't give a rip. Where are the pigeons? Where are the pigeons in the sewer grates?
Okay, well, there's two huge geese, which are rather huge, usually protecting them. There's a mother and father goose at all times protecting all those little baby nuisances.
You know who they can't protect
birds.
from? Jack.
Oh God, the killer toy poodle.
So we have a horrifically terrifying pit bull killing toy poodle. He's 8 pounds of fluff. We'll probably put a picture up. And we took him to the park. And he, you know how the Canada geese, also known as cobra chickens here in Canada, they go and they try and kill you if you come close to them. Well, Jack just runs right up to them mid hiss
Full tilt.
terrorizes these geese. They're little, he's a little ball of fluff, and they're scared to death of him.
Well, they are.
Anyways,
Scary, that
Jack is a terrifying animal.
So back to these.
How do
Wait
we?
a second.
Yeah,
Back to
we're
these
way off
pigeons.
topic now.
You're off topic now. No, the baby pigeons are helpless.
Yeah.
And they are high up in their nest because they're just waiting. So,
Allegedly.
Yeah, they're not government drones.
I don't buy it.
Kyle.
I
They're
don't
not
buy it.
government drones.
I don't believe it. There are no baby pigeons.
All right. Okay. So one topic, another thing that's I'm like starting to really be passionate about is this idea around intrasexual competition. So intrasexual
within one sex,
yeah,
one gender.
Exactly. So I find this very fascinating in social science, again, back to my sociology roots, because even you, Kyle, I thought you're the most evolved man I've ever been with, like as far as like we can have really good conversations and you take me seriously. But over the years, I've noticed this thing that happens. So as a confident, good-looking woman who, tries her best to be put together, walks into a room, I find that I get this energy from women. And I've always been like, oh God, like this whole thing. And as a person of social science background, I used to think to myself over these, like say in my 30s and 40s, I would sit there and go, oh God, okay, everything's biologically based. It's like Darwin and Freud. It's like every woman is competing for the best mate, right? Because you have the best mate who's got access to resources means your offspring is going to be provided for and you're going to produce a better generation of yourself. So I just kind of carried that forward, and then guys would say, oh, well, girls are just jealous of you, Cindy, whatever. But it's more than that. Like what's happening, and I really believe this, is that when I walk into rooms with other women and a business setting, what's happening is not that they're necessarily jealous, but on a psychological level, I'm triggering in them everything that they're still on their checklist wanting to do. It's like she's doing it. She's commanding the room. She feels good about herself. And as a woman, it takes a lot for me to even be that way. Like I've worked through a lot of my own issues. I try really hard to be my best self-aware person. But when you are confident, good looking, put together, and you walk into a room with other women, they are threatened by their own version of themselves showing up in the mirror. So I feel like I finally explained that to you in a way that you understood. But you used to say to me, "Ah, oh, you're kind of imagining it." But it's true. I can feel an energy.
You're imagining it.
I can feel an energy. It's like a thing.
But I think that it is, that's obviously something that happens. It also, I think, happens differently in men. But there's always there's competitiveness and there's insecurities and all that, and we need to be compassionate for people who are struggling with, when they project their insecurity onto someone else, realize it's not about me, it's about them, and that sort of thing. But now we're getting into the psychology of it all.
Well, I think it's fascinating though. But as a man, like you men, just like you guys walk into something and you may feel competitive with each other, but you're all just walking in thinking you're better than each other, and you just like may have an exchange of words, and you kind of compete directly in each other's face, and then I think you both leave walking away thinking you're both better than each other, so you're okay.
I don't know. I don't think men are as evolved as women in a lot of ways, and that's.
I think you're just generally more secure about yourselves.
But not necessarily more secure, but maybe more accepting of where we're at and whatever, and I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I don't want to deconstruct us all right now. I'm not a psychiatrist, but if you're starting to elevate to the point where you're leaving some of your circle behind, what they want is for you to come back to the circle. So it's like it's almost like there's this pressure to not grow beyond them. So that's a challenge. And there's all these sayings, like there was that one that we heard not too long ago about dogs don't bark at parked cars.
Oh yeah.
So if you're if you're doing something right, expect the barking, you know,
Mhm.
or if you're a leader, you know, the Lindsay would say, you know, when you're leading and when you're out in front, you got mud in your face and arrows in your back, and
Mm.
that's just something to expect.
Yeah, and
So,
for me to deal with it, I've basically just like resigned myself to the fact I have to surround myself with people who are just self-aware and they're working at just being happy and clapping for each other. Like as a woman, I am genuinely a woman clapping for other friends and women, and I
mhm,
want everybody to have what they want, and I want to support them in getting that if I can.
yeah,
And I just realized I can't actually have these like wounded bird people. Like I can't have friends around me who are just not self-aware and working on their own issues. Like
well, yeah,
it just doesn't work.
you got to
It just
try
brings
and
me down.
maintain high vibration and surround
Hmm.
yourself with high vibration and all that,
Yeah.
and certainly you can be an inspiration, but you know, you can't lift somebody up if you're not allowed to rise up
Mhm.
yourself.
And it's not about money because like this exists within every group of women. Like this isn't just like you have more money, you have more status, or you are better looking. It's actually none of that. It's just like just your energy and your confidence about where you are in life and accepting who you are. So it's happening. I've noticed like, it doesn't matter who you are as a woman. I just think a lot of women go through this, and it's a bit sad that like their partners, the male partners, don't quite understand it. It's really not talked about, and it's just I think that it's just becoming more and more understood. So
Well,
it's
you
easier
know,
to deal with.
I'm not gonna pick on my gender that much, but again, I believe that women in general have a higher EQ, a higher level of
Oh yeah, well
evolved,
that's
a
obvious.
more evolved. You know, what do they say? You know, a man experiences two or three different emotions over the course of a day, whereas a woman can experience 15 emotions at any given time. You
Okay.
know, it's there's just a difference there. You know,
Mm.
we're there, but of course it's a whole spectrum. But that's a generalization.
Well, I think with understanding this intrasexual competition topic, it's just like I'm going through a new phase of growth, and it's just really healthy to have an understanding about what this behavior is with other women. And yeah, I just look forward
Well,
to working on it.
we're all constantly growing and evolving and changing, and it's good. This is a topic I think that would really be suitable for you to have with another woman sitting next to
Oh,
you, as opposed to
okay.
this weird Y chromosome guy. Um, it's something that I maybe shouldn't chime in on as much because this is definitely a woman's issue, and
Hmm.
it's worth having a good conversation with a group of women.
Sounds good,
Yeah.
Kyle. So, what's coming for us next? What are we going to be up to for the next few months?
Oh boy. Well, we've got a few trips out of town. We've got a concert that we're going to go see my favorite band, Metric, in Calgary,
I love metric.
um, and uh, and we're also, yeah, I'm going up for my brother's birthday party. But in terms of big trips, we don't have anything major until midsummer. We're going on the Explora 3, the brand new
Hmm.
pre-inaugural sailing, and it's going to be Genoa to Rome. We're going to do southern France, southern Italy, or the Italian Riviera, and so that's going to be exciting. And then I think we're going to train. We're going to take a train from Rome and head up maybe we go to Pasalacqua in Lake Como.
You've been talking about
I'd
Pastelaqua.
love to go to
Has it just been
Pasalacqua.
renovated?
I don't know if it's been renovated, but Pasalacqua is
Something's
consistently in
happening.
the list of the
Don't
best
they have a golf
resorts in
resort
the
there?
world, and that's,
I think there's a golf
yeah, I
resort.
don't know. George Clooney hangs out
Well, you
there.
just want to see George Clooney and just like see if you can
So
copy
we're
his
gonna do that.
fashion.
We might, if we have a chance to do a road trip in between, that might be fun. Actually, when we go to
Oh,
Calgary, we might
I
do
am not doing another Kootenays
Kootenays.
road trip.
You've never
No,
been to the
please.
Kootenays?
Oh,
Oh my
I have
gosh.
been to the Kootenays. That is just like I'm not doing that with
Fine,
you.
I'll go
If
without
you
you.
if you say road trip to Moab, Zion, Sedona,
Okay,
I'm
well,
in.
this was a
I'm in.
plan. Here's a really neat
Let me
idea for
plan
a road
something
trip.
for once.
Here's a neat one. You can plan, but we fly to Denver,
Hmm.
and then from Denver to Salt Lake City, you take the train ride. The goes to the Canyon
I definitely take a train ride.
Railway.
Trains are
Oh, I
fun.
forget the name. We'll put it up on the screen.
Trains are fun.
There's a really cool train trip,
Hmm.
and
Okay.
then from Salt Lake City, then we take a road trip down. We go through Moab, maybe stay at the Amman resort there, and then we go down to Zion and Sedona, Arizona, and then zip over and maybe finish up in Las Vegas and do a couple days at the Fontainebleau,
Well,
which
sounds good,
we like to
Kyle.
try
If
it.
you actually let me plan, that would be a miracle because you just
Get
never
her
let
done.
me
I
plan.
want to see a plan
All right.
on my desk first thing in the morning.
All right. Thanks, Kyle. I've had enough out of you. Okay.